To win in the market, you have to face fears. To overcome fears, you have to face them. The fear of loss, the fear of anxiety, the fear of being ridiculed and criticized. So you make trades over and over and over and over again in anticipation to win. But as a result, you lose interest in trading just because of doing things over and over again. You are in a loop now. If you trade, you get to face the fear. If you don't, you're criticized and ridiculed as a failure. What should you do? We all fantasize to be a profitable trader. We dream of amassing big wealth and win big in life, do big in our life, achieve something big, enormous profits, big, huge bank balance. These are all common, very, very common dreams, very, very common dreams of any trader who is coming in this market, who is new and coming into this market. We have a dream of owning a luxury car, have a big house, have a big bank balance, be rich, wealthy, have a status, a social status amongst your friends, your relatives, your family, to portray yourself as successful. A successful person in the market, a successful person in this world, both in terms of financial security and in terms of your knowledge, be the command that you have over the market or whatever be it. That's your dream. That's what you launch for. That's what you're fighting for, to be in this market. And you know what? The reality is the stock market has given us proofs of all these scenarios. There are stories where people have made millions out of this. They have changed their fortune. They have grown from being nobody to be somebody, all in this market. Many new traders are drawn towards this market looking at these fantasy stories. You know what the convention is? The prize money goes to the person who is not greedy, a person who is seeking nothing from this market, a person who is here in this market for the love of being a trader, for the love of trade. He is in the market because he loves trading. He is not in the market to achieve or to acquire something. He is the winner. One who is in the market for what it is actually the person who has the last laugh. Now, having said that, let's see how trades look like generally. It is tedious, yes. It's risky, of course it is. It's fluctuating in nature, yes, it is fluctuating in nature. And also it is unpredictable at times. Many a times, rather, I would say. It's much, much more unpredictable. Now, to overcome this, to overcome the unpredictable nature of the market, to overcome the fluctuating nature of the market, you have to make regular trades over and over again, repeatedly, day after day, month after month. Isn't it? That increases the possibility of the number of trades you make to be a successful trade, and hence in return you become a successful trader. You increase the possibility of making successful trades by taking trades on a regular basis. It's just like saying practice makes the man perfect. You know what the well-known fact says? The well-known fact says anything you do over and over again, it becomes monotonous. It doesn't remain that exciting, even for the person who really loves trading, even for the person for whom the hobby is trading, the passion is trading. Even for that person, it sometimes becomes very, very monotonous. It loses that appeal. The pull that the person experiences for the love of trade, for the love of that job, is lost if you do a particular thing over and over again, month after month, day after day, every day, 365 days a year, or maybe on all trading days without breaks. So after doing all of these, what could be the outcome? The outcomes are basically simple, two outcomes. One, either you're winning in the market or you're losing in the market. So if you're winning in the market, it's all hunky-dory. There is no problem. It's also very good. But if you're losing, if you're not making enough money to overcome the losses that you've made in the previous trades, you're not going to sustain for a longer period of time in this market. Your energy, your enthusiasm will fall. You will not be able to sustain the market pressure. You will not be able to keep up with the pressures in the market. It's quite possible that you might lose the edge in the market. It's quite possible that the market stress may get onto your nerves and burn you out. It's quite possible that the market criticism that you receive from the market, from your friends, your relatives, may haunt you day in and day out and push you off the track completely. These are fears, real fears that haunt in the market. They always nag at the back of your head all the time. But the fact is, it is not possible to avoid the unpleasant events that happen in the market. No matter what you do, how much you have studied the market, how much you have been in the market, how much experience you have in the market, you will not have the power or you will not be able to avoid these unpleasant experiences that happens in the market. It will be there and it will be there standing behind you all the time. This is the fact. You cannot get rid of unpleasant experiences if you're in the market. So what you can do about it, the only thing you can do about it is face it. That is the reality. That is the only solution you have at hand. Face it and face it hard. Face your fears. That's the only possible way you can understand the uncertainties that are coming your way. That's the only possible way which will give you the strength, the power to face the uncertainties. All is well, all is well. हिम्मत आ जाती है उसको प्रॉब्लम को झेलने का, है ना? All is well, all is well. So when you know that unpleasant events are going to happen, the fact is it's very easy to neglect them. Okay, fine, I'll not think over it. I'll not think of any unpleasant things happening with me. So that's a very, very easy step. You can avoid thinking of it and try and escape it. But that's not the reality. So in reality, when unpleasant events or unpleasant scenarios are going to haunt you, are going to come after you, the solution you have at hand is plan for it and face the problem. So these are the two things. Planning and facing the problem is the only or the best possible answer that we can suggest for any newcomer who comes in the market. Now for new traders, what happens is when a person enters the market, it takes time for a person to chalk out a plan, to chalk out a strategy as to how he or she is going to act in the market and start her or his trade. It'll take time. It'll take time for anybody, any newcomer who enters the market. It's going to take time for him or her to understand what things work for him, what doesn't work for him, what is good and what is bad, which strategy is good, which is working, which strategy is working for him, which is not working for him. It's going to take some time. And during this time, during this trial and error phase, what's going to happen is you're going to lose your trading capital that you have bought with you. That's the saddest part. And you know what? To make matters worse, you even start thinking that these things are not going to happen to you. Now this is a very, very common thought. To think that mishaps or undue circumstances are going to stay away from you is by far the worst belief that a newcomer can have. So the best action plan is limit your trade, limit your trading capital. Now there is a video on this, it says about the ideal trading capital as to how much you can keep, how you can limit your trade. You can have a look at it, it's there in the playlist. I'll try and give it in the pinned comment and also at the back of the video in the V card. Try and have a look at it, it'll help you understand, it'll help you judge how much you need to put in as your trading capital, how much you need to keep yourself safe in the market, and how much capital is allocated for you to let go of during this trial and error phase while you stand to become a comfortable trader. Option 2 or the second one would be to have an alternate plan, else you're going to blow your account off completely. Now what does limiting your loss do? Why do you have to limit your trading capital? How does it help? Limiting your loss helps you recover from the phase where things are not working for you. When you're learning the market, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to wipe off your capital. So if you know you're going to wipe off your capital, wipe off little bit. Don't wipe everything off, because you do not have unlimited supply of money. At least we middle class people do not have unlimited supply of money. So have a limited amount set, so that even if it's lost, even if it's gone for you, you're still okay. You're not going to be thrown out of the market altogether. Take that experience, take it as a learning fee. That'll help you. Learn a little bit more before you plunge in, before you come back again. Put in some more money from your pocket. But before you do that, make sure you learn enough before you put in. So the bottom line is, have an active plan to prevent disaster. And when you have that active plan, wait for disaster to come. And when it comes, face it. Take some rest and relax a bit. Just like any other job you do in this world, you work for a company, you do business, or do whatever you think of. There is a period where you take a rest. The company gives you leave, or maybe you take a leave, you go out on a vacation, maybe a week or so, take rest completely off the market or off your job, not thinking about your job, not thinking about work at all. What it does is, it brings back your lost energy, it brings back your focus, it brings back the concentration that you have probably lost while working for so many years at a stretch. Similar things happens with the market. Many people think that trading day in and day out, every day, again and again, keeps you ahead of the competition. Yeah, it does to some extent, but what it does as a negative effect is, when you do things on a regular basis without a break, it tends to diminish your strength. It tends to eat away your concentration. It tends to sway your energy towards doing something else that is not as monotonous as trading, or that is not as tedious as trading all the time. You need to relax. Your mind needs to relax. So your concentration is deviated towards something that helps you relax a bit. And when that happens, in between a trade, you tend to make a mistake. So to prevent this from happening, just like you do in any other job, in any other business, you take a break here in trading. When you feel pressed, if you're feeling pressed, if you're not feeling good, if your concentration is off, completely close the trade, come out of the market for some time, take a week, 2 weeks, month, whatever it is, as long as it's comfortable for you. Go out, don't think about the market, stay outside, enjoy your life, and then come back full of energy. So, just like I said, every human being has limits, so do not examine or stress your limits. If you have a limit, stay within it. If you find it's getting over it, if you find you're getting pressed, close your trade, move out, take some rest, and come back. Do not challenge your human limits. Trading is stressful. Unless you plan it out properly, plan out your day, plan out your energy, plan out your concentration towards it properly, you are going to make a mess out of it. So to conclude, number 1, take active, decisive steps. Number 2, face the problems before they get the better of you. Number 3, take rest, take more rest to get the best out of your physical and mental limitations. Give them the rest they need. Number 4, like and subscribe this video, and stay tuned for my next mindset video that's coming up. Till then, SG signing off. Goodbye.